here we are for another 100 episode milestone. We're here on episode 600. I'm going to keep this within 5 minutes because it's already nighttime and time to wind down. I'm looking forward to it because I had a late night call last night and a late night call a couple days before that, and it's just like, it makes you appreciate the wind down routine and the relaxing shower and dim red light and reading. So what have I been doing? We're in Make Advanced. This is the final course of 4. I've completed 3. This is it's a no-code business automation platform. Learning stuff like APIs right now, it just gives good business or computer science fundamentals and visualizations, if nothing else. Make It Stick, we're about halfway through chapter 8, which is the final chapter. Linear algebra, we spent about 80 something days in a row-ish studying matrices and linear systems, and I'm estimating this is going to take about 200 days total, which is just nuts. But by 200 days I'll have a really solid understanding of the nature of matrices as mathematical objects, as well as linear systems and how they're related. Already things are starting to click. We're in a chapter on finding the inverse of a matrix. That's easy as pie for at least 2x2 matrices currently. Computer science is going well. We're into branching decision trees, like if, elif, and else statements. So these are control structures, control the flow of how the program executes. In Hormozzi's course, we're getting near the end. I think we're in the last part, learning about constraints, hard decisions you've got to make sometimes in business to continue to grow, and ways to actually do it, the solutions to the constraints and the decisions you've got to make. I'm about a third of the way now, maybe a quarter of the way into the 2 towers of the Lord of the Rings right now. Merry and Pippin are with Pippin are with the Ents marching towards Isengard, and Gandalf just returned in Fanghorn to his name is Aragorn, right? Aragorn, Legolas, and Gimli, and we haven't heard, I don't think, at all from Sam and Frodo since the beginning of this book, if I remember correctly. They set out maybe at the beginning of the book or at the end of the last book, probably the beginning of the book, but we haven't heard back. It's a really cool change of pace in the story. How the first story was very like third person, but it followed basically one group. It basically followed Frodo, and now in 2 Towers it like splits. There's like 3 storylines going on right now, so it's super cool, and it's just, I think, way more engaging that way too. So yeah, on guitar, I've been picking it up here and there, interleaving and moving a little bit further through my Will Leave It book 1. It's all right. It's good, I think, for learning sight reading and just music theory in general. It's really solid. I saw Tomo Fujita, I think his name is, he's a guitar teacher, YouTuber who I've followed for years. He teaches his students the same book, so that's pretty cool. But I want to play something really quick. Like, I'm pretty happy with my progress on guitar. My ears got a bit better, and my fingers start to learn things faster. Like today, I literally was playing. I wanted to play this Chance the Rapper song, and I learned it pretty quick. just keeps repeating that. It's actually a bass that's playing it, but I'm playing it on the guitar. It's fun to keep getting better. Still don't know that much theory, but my fingers have gotten significantly better since I started playing the guitar. I've learned a couple keys. So we got the key of C, right? C major. Those are all natural notes, and then the key of G sharp I've learned now. It's got F. F's are sharp. That's the sharp to F. We learned A minor. Those are all natural notes too. That's the relative minor for C. What's the relative minor for G? I feel like it's B, but maybe not. Right? G major. I feel like it's got to be B or A. No, not A. A is C. If that's C, then G is probably E. E flat is the relative minor. Yeah, that makes sense. So that's how you just learn. Right there, I just learned. Relative minor to G is E. Getting better with the at least 12 bar blues where you got the root. This is the root fifth, root fourth, root 1, 2, 3, 4. It's got to be the fourth root and the fourth and then the fifth, like the dun 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 dun. Fourth dun, dun. Back to the root. Goes fifth, fourth, root. And then if you can start learning the scales a little bit, you can start to find the root. So E is going to be if you just stick on the stick on the root, then you focus, like you accentuate the root. I'm still figuring out how to do that, but I'm getting better at it. As you can see, that sounded like you could hear the underlying chords without even playing it. then the little blues notes in between it, I think. No. Is it? No, it's not. That's where the blues note is. Yeah, it is. Look. Do, do, do. That's why I can do the... Because the blues note's in between the fourth and the fifth. Well, this has gone more than I wanted to. Anyway, guitar theory is fun. I don't wish I knew more. I'll learn it. I'll learn it as it comes. But all I know really now is a few scales, the pentatonics, C and A minor. G and E minor. And then the other thing I'm doing right now. So I got this pre-algebra book. Which are like, pre-algebra is too easy, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, but it's the foundation of everything. It's like numbers, really, and I don't even know what else. Right now we're in arithmetic. So it's this cool thing with math where I'm like pushing the limits of where I've ever been with linear algebra, and also just going back and using a solid learning system, really taking my time in learning and interleaving problems and solidifying conceptual understanding of the basics, the fundamentals. So far we've gone over addition, negation, subtraction. Those are the big ones, right? Addition, subtraction, negation, multiplication. And there's a little intro on like why I start with arithmetic in a pre-algebra book. Well, arithmetic is like, pre-algebra is the bridge between arithmetic and algebra. Pre-algebra is the bridge between arithmetic and algebra. And algebra is the language of all higher mathematics and advanced mathematics. So yeah, it's pretty cool. And this is like a really sophisticated like pre-algebra book. As far as it goes, like this is the hardest, most complex, advanced version for like kids that study for like math Olympiad and stuff. So it's cool. I'm learning some stuff. Like the definition of subtraction is apparently addition of negation. At least that's what they say in here. So you just get better with working with numbers, and they even have some proofs in here if you believe that. Is how crazy is that? They have proofs in a pre-algebra book. And then as far as business goes, we just pretty much fully onboarded our second client. Still working on tweaking and improving the Google ads for them. Today I learned about the 5 levels of market awareness or consumer awareness and the consumer journey. And I really think that's going to reshape how I do a lot of marketing. Crazy how poorly we've been aware of the 5 levels of marketing awareness, which are unaware, problem aware, solution aware, product aware, and most aware. And we've been marketing largely towards like most aware and even product aware, or even product aware. But really our prospects are probably more in solution aware and even maybe product or problem aware. So way further back, which means they need more information. So our landing pages, we need more information there, and we need to start just changing what we do. I got a little bit of a good outline for what you should be doing at the different stages, how you should be marketing. So I think that's a great fundamental marketing theory that I can learn more about and use it to shape how we market. I've been editing our own ads. We're going to start our own cold social media paid ad campaign. We're still deciding and figuring out what we're going to do as a company. Right now, we just do everything for like a chiropractor wants, as far as especially digital marketing goes, anything they want, different platforms, different ads, consulting with the, data collection on the digital marketing. And it's a lot to do. All right. It's a lot to do. And I'm not an expert in any of them, but it'd be great to have a day where we could hire experts in different fields. We can hire a Google Ads expert and a copywriter and a landing page designer and an optimizer and a video editor and have a big team. That would be awesome. And that's where I'd like to go. It depends on if we can get the money, if clients are willing to pay that much money, which they're probably not, because that'd be very expensive to be able to offer. So if the market's willing to pay that, I would love to do it. So we have a call with another potential client, so we might sign a third here pretty quick. So as far as our business goes, it's pretty good currently. Couldn't ask for that much more. Learning more and more about entrepreneurship all the time, every day. So also, as far as exercise and diet and everything goes, I'm eating like Factor meals, which is like this meal delivery right now. It just saves a lot of time, that and Chipotle. So not really that optimized for diet, but it's very fast. So that's nice. I have been on the same lifting routine that I built over a 12-week period. It's now about week 20. So I think I'm getting a little bit broader in the shoulders. I think that's about it. That's the muscle group I've hit the most. Everything else is not really too noticeable, but better mind muscle connection, better neural growth. So ready for another phase of adding more total volume. I think I will adapt well to that and respond well to that, especially I'm eating 2,500, 3,000 calories a day, not walking a ton. I still have my walking habit that I built about 10 months ago now. That's a foundation, but it's not like, that's really like a minimum to keep me on the worst days not being like completely sedentary. But I couldn't imagine I'm getting more than like 4,000 or 5,000 steps on average per day, which is not optimal by any means. So after right now I'm building out a hamstring stretching habit, and I've got about, I don't know, 3, 4, or 5, 4 more weeks maybe of that, and then I'll have a freed up, time to be able to build another physical activity habit. So it's either going to be, another 10 minutes walking over into 3-month period or whatever, or more lifting, or that's really the options. Because the what I'm working towards right now for hamstring is getting 5 minutes a week total per hamstring, and that's what I've seen is like statistically significant for long-term flexibility gains and lengthening of the muscles. So that's what we're working towards. I finally figured out how to stretch the muscle really good. I used to do like the standing, like reach for your toes, and that just never really hit the hamstrings that much because I think my lower back would always compensate, and I would stretch my lower back. But now I use the stool that I put my foot up on, or like my straight leg up on, and kind of like just kind of lean a little bit, and that really hits it. It's the right height. So that's it for this video. I meant it to be 5 minutes, but I got rolling, so I don't know. How do I talk for 20 minutes straight and it just flies by? I don't know anymore. I've gotten better at just talking for long lengths of periods of time, I guess. Anyway, that's it for today. I will see you in episode 700. See ya.